I'm gonna be real with you. I shot this video so many times and it's just not coming out the way I want, and I said to myself, I'll do it as many times as I need to feel comfortable. So I'm gonna put my guard down. I'm gonna just talk from the heart, and hopefully this time it'll just come out the way I feel comfortable with. What I want to talk about is letting go. Sometimes letting go is just so scary. It's scary because it rocks the boat. It rattles our security in what we believe in and what we think we know, or how we are and how we live our life. And letting go sometimes could seem so scary, but I'm here to tell you that holding on should scare us much more. Holding on should be terrifying. I want to tell you a story. I read this story maybe 5-7 years ago in a book that I read. And the story just hit my heart. It was a story about a farmer, and the farmer was just doing some work on his farm one day, and all of a sudden he looks up and he sees something fall from the sky, and it landed right next to him. It was a blue rock-like thing that was frozen solid. It was cold and it stunk. And this guy didn't know what it was. He thought maybe it was a meteor. Maybe it just came from outer space, and it might be worth a heck of a lot of money because meteors are very expensive. They're very rare. So he didn't want to just let it go to waste. So he went home and he put it into his freezer. Right? It was cold. So he said, you know what, I'm going to keep it frozen. And he put it in his freezer. And he said, you know what, anyone who comes over my house, I'll ask them what they think it is, because I have no idea. And all his friends came over. He asked one by one, what do you think this is? And they all said, we have no idea what it is. And this guy thought it was a meteor worth a lot of money. And he kept it in his freezer for 20 years. Until one day someone came over his house, he showed it to him, and he said, you know what, do you mind if we just let it defrost for a minute? And it defrosted on his table. The guy went, he took some of it, he held it to his nose, he looked at it, he went like this, and he says, I know what this is. This ain't no meteor. What this is blue potty fluid that was deposited from an airplane. That's why it came down from the sky. And it's garbage. And this guy felt so stupid that he held on to this, took up room in his freezer for 20 years because he thought it was so valuable, and it ended up being potty fluid. And the lesson is that we have blue potty fluid preserved within us, taking up space, stinking up our minds, and ruining our lives. There are certain beliefs, false beliefs, limiting beliefs, certain things that we picked up that fell into our brains from our parents, things we picked up from teachers, from media, from whatever we picked up from. And those things were deposited into our minds. Those beliefs were taught to us. And we maintained them. We put them in a deep freeze within us because we thought, you know what, if our parents told it to us, it's probably worth something. It's probably the right way to think. If our teachers told us this, you know what, it might be true. It probably is true. And if we heard it on TV, you know what, it has to be true. And we keep them stored within us in a deep freeze in our mind. And we live by these beliefs. We think by these beliefs, and we process life through these beliefs. And we think they're valuable and they're going to serve us. Meanwhile, those exact beliefs are what is keeping us stuck in life. Those are the beliefs that jail us. They shackle our ankles and prevent us from taking steps forward to who we need to become, to living the life we need to be living. False beliefs, limiting beliefs like, what will they say? You ever heard that one? What will they say? So give up on your life. Give up on your dreams. Give up on the person you want to be and the life you want to live, because what will they say? Criticism of others is more important than your truth. People telling others, you don't have a good voice, you can never sing. And just living with that belief and thinking it's true and just giving up on your dreams. And it could be anything. I challenge you today to open up that freezer. Wherever that freezer is within you. It might be in your mind, it might be in your heart. Open up the freezer of your mind and see what you're holding on to. You're scared to let go? I'm here to tell you, letting go should be the most liberating and amazing feeling that you can feel when you realize that what you are holding on to is poison, it's pollution. It's precisely what's keeping you stuck in life. Open up that freezer. Look at those beliefs and assess them. Don't throw all of them out. I'm sure there are good ones in there too. But I'm sure there's some version of blue potty fluid taking up space in your mind. And that needs to go. And if you want to know why you're not stepping forward in life, it's because something is chaining you in place. Something is keeping you stuck. And it's probably a false limiting belief that fell into your mind. It was deposited there by someone who loved you. That's usually the story of life. So have the courage to look through them, open the freezer, and let go of the toxic ones, of the ones that are polluting you, the ones that are keeping you crippled, and be happy about it. Do it with a smile, because that is the way to get out of the mud. That is the way to get unstuck. First, you got to throw away those beliefs. And that already is a step forward. You won't even need to take another step after that. That step will happen on its own. The main step you have to take is throwing away what keeps you in place. Even my fish realizes it. So that's what I challenge you to do today. I hope that this video was of value to you. I know it was of value to me. When I read that story, it hit hard. I remember that story 5-7 years ago when I read it the first time. And it just resonated with me because I was in a place of self-discovery. And I was looking deep within me and thinking, why am I here in life? What's keeping me here? Why am I not forward? Why am I not 100 steps forward? It's not because I'm not smart enough. It's not because I don't want to learn. It's not because I don't have the talents. Something is chaining me down. And it's that blue potty fluid that I'm not getting rid of. And we got to throw it out. So together, we have more power. I hope that you gained from this video. If you did, please like and subscribe only to hear the next video and the next thing that we can grow together with. And hopefully it's just up from here.